Now, if you were listening yesterday, you know we spoke to Tammy about her favourite memories of her Debs back in the day, and it follows on from an exhibition that's going to be held at Nina Arts Centre in the coming weeks about the culture and the history of the Irish Debs. Barry was in touch with us about his Debs. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Alison. How are you?
Good to talk to you this morning, Barry. Tell me, can I be bold and ask you, when did you have your Debs?
Well, in the mists of time, back in history, it was 1993.
Oh, my God.
Can you remember 1993?
Just about.
Jesus, yeah. Well, my Debs, I think I might have had a different experience to most people, because my Debs, very much like the rest of my high school experience, was a rolling catastrophe of social dysfunction.
That's the way it's meant to be.
Well, yes, which?
That's the way it's meant to be, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, man. Everybody else seemed to be kind of know what they were doing. But you know the way some kids are clever and the teachers like them, and other kids don't, and some kids are like cool or whatever, and the other kids like them, but the teachers don't. I was in that kind of narrow window that everybody hates.
I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that was just your teenage insecurity.
When you're a teenager, you care about these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were the first class. As far as I know, we were the first class in high school history. I went to the high school in, the CBS in Clonmel.
Yes.
We were the first class in high school history that was cut off by the school management. They wanted nothing to do with our Debs.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they thought we were more or less feral.
Well, maybe they trusted you enough to organise it yourselves. Maybe you took the wrong perspective.
Or we could just take them at their word, and that they thought we were more or less feral.
Well, did you prove them right? How did the Debs go?
I'll tell you how the Debs went. Completely normally.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but it was nothing to do with them. And some few kids, I was very, as I said, socially not cool. But some of the cool kids arranged tickets and so on, and the sold. It went off fine. I went with a girl called, I asked, think about me now asking a girl anything at all. Asking her the time would have been a nightmare. But I asked a girl to go to the Debs with me. She's called Aoife. Because whatever it is women are looking for, I am the opposite of that. So I can only say she took a major social hit in agreeing to be seen in public with me. And as far as I know, she's still in town. Aoife, if you're there, thanks very much, and I apologise for everything that happened on those nights.
How did you ask her? Talk me through it.
I can't remember the details because my brain has done me a great favour and blanked out lots of it.
It was so traumatic.
It was, yeah. And my dad, my father, who apparently sensed the mood on the ground. You know the way you have a Debs and then there's a gap and then there's another Debs where you have to go to hers?
Yes.
It was like that. And my father, apparently sensing the mood on the ground, as I said, decided we had to get the hell out of Dodge for that week. So we went to Spain for that whole time in between the two Debs, near Malaga.
Was that a good idea, or was it very stressful knowing you were just coming off of the Debs and going back into another Debs, no?
It would have been all right, because, it's not a bad idea to get the hell out of Dodge when the heat comes down, like in American movies where you just go down to Mexico for a few years, it was kind of like that. We just went south. We had plans. We had grand plans to explore Moorish Spain and Sergio Leone film sets, but on the first night my mother banged her knee against the table and she couldn't walk for a week.
Oh, no.
And my dad was already on crutches, so that whole thing was finished, and then it was down to me. And guess what I did?
What?
I drank the water.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, I don't know if you're aware of the Billy Connolly routine, but yes, it is a bad thing to drink the water in Spain. But I had not seen that comedy routine before I went to Spain, and I drank the water, and I had fairly debilitating dysentery for the rest of the holiday.
Was it gone by the time the second Debs rolled around?
Oh yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
But in Spain, it was pretty bad. Like I was, like I said, both my parents were laid up, and we were 3 floors up. So I was the one with dysentery who had to go and get the food.
No.
Yeah, and I came up the lift once, and the lift just stopped. And there was no little emergency button, so I had to John McClane my way out of the bloody lift. I had to crack open the doors and climb up the shaft and
Did you
open
really
up
do that? I don't believe that can be done, really.
It can, well, I tell you, it can. In this Spanish apartment block, it can.
Wow. Or would you not be afraid it would go again?
I'll be honest, you see, my head was gone. I hadn't eaten in 3 days. And my head was gone from the dysentery, and I wasn't thinking straight. Obviously, if I was thinking straight, I would have done something else. But I wasn't even sure it was real. So I had to crack out, and I went. And by the time we went back on the airplane again, I was okay. And I lost a lot of weight that week, actually. Yeah. And then we went to Aoife's. Oh, Aoife, how are you doing? I think she's still in town. And she's a lovely person, a wonderful person. And we came back and we went to her Debs, and that was my experience.
What did you wear, Barry?
I wore a black tuxedo. Well, I'm a man. What do you mean, what did I wear?
I know. At that 1993, everyone wore a black tuxedo.
Yeah, but I had do you know the little cummerbund thing?
Yes.
She Aoife got a little cummerbund for me that matched her dress.
Oh, very classy.
I don't know how classy it was, but it was interesting. And I guess it was in case we got lost, we could find each other in the crowd, is it? I'm not sure how that worked.
Do you remember what Aoife wore?
The first time she wore this blue satin kind of dress, and for her one she wore this kind of black cocktail dress with sort of rainbow coloured kind of pink and yellow. Wait, I do remember.
Oh, well
Holy
done.
shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Maybe this is a sign of something, is it?
I doubt it. I'm divorced twice.
Third time's the charm.
I don't think she'd have any time for me now. I think she's matured enough to the point where she realises she can just tell me to get lost.
Barry, what do you make of the whole Debs thing? Because when we were talking about it, we really started to understand and realise that it's a real Irish thing. It's very unique to Ireland. What do you make of it?
I didn't realise there was a thing on it, Nina. And when you were describing it there, that would be interesting to me. I would love to see the history, but I assume it must be related to very old sort of adolescent rituals of coming into society.
Kind of, and it's also based on the American prom.
The prom, yeah.
Well,
like, we read these Jane Austen books where the girl is presented to society for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, I assume it's something like that. That must be from the debutante. That must be where the word comes from, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it must have been. But it's not going anywhere soon. But do you think it's a good thing for Irish society? Is it something you'd like to keep seeing in our culture? Do you think it's something that?
Oh no, it's a cultural artifact, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Because nowadays you don't need to present yourself to society. They're all on TikTok.
Yeah. And
they've already presented themselves to society.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad we were able to bring back great, well, maybe some not so great, but other great memories from your Debs.
Certainly memories, yeah.
Great to talk to you this morning. Thanks for joining us. All the best.
Good luck. Bye.
Thanks, Barry. If you want to share any of your Debs memories again, because we've been getting them in all week, it's really sparked something with everybody, this new exhibition.